Hi class. So what we're going to look at now are amino acids. So amino acids have this general shape. So all amino acids are generally going to have these components. And so I want to start on the right. They're going to have a carboxylic acid, so here in red. And if you remember from our organic section, a carboxylic acid is a carbonyl, so a carbon-oxygen double bond, and an OH, all off the same carbon. And so this in red is our carboxylic acid. If we go to the blue on the left, it's our amino group. Right? So our amino group is a nitrogen, so an amine. And when we talk about this later in the context, you'll hear of proteins a C terminus, so C stands for carboxylic acid, or an N terminus, right? And the N is just going to be for the nitrogen, right? For the amine, right? Because you can actually see the nitrogen as an N. So the N terminus is the amino group, the C terminus is the carboxylic acid. All right, the other two components we have is they have a hydrogen and they have an R group. Now, I want to highlight the R group because that one is the one that's going to change. All right, so this is going to be the group that we tend to see the most action with. All right, these other parts are going to stay the same. This is going to be referred to as our side chain. And this is going to be the group that changes from one. Here a little bit later, when we're talking about putting amino acids into categories in terms of being polar, nonpolar, acidic, basic, what you always want to look at is this side chain. That's what we're talking about because everything else is going to stay the same. And actually, a little bit later, when we start getting into proteins, we're going to talk about that this group here is going to make the backbone of the protein. It's going to be linked together, and so it's going to be those side chains that stick out. So this is the really important part of an amino acid, right, in terms of its identity. And what makes each amino acid different than others, it's always that side chain. All right, I hope this helps, class. Amino acid to the next.